Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I just wanted to do a little book haul for you because my last video was an unhaul, so we have to usher out the old and usher in the new. But it's also the day after Christmas for me when I'm filming this, and I got some books for Christmas and just in general over the past 2 months that I really want to talk about and share with you. So without further ado, let's get into the book haul. Hello friends, it is Haley editing and I'm a little bit sick, but I just wanted to say I'm very sorry for the lighting changing constantly in this video. But as you can see, I've now acquired a light, so I don't have to deal with that anymore. But I just wanted to pop on here and say that I'm sorry about that and that you will have better lighting from now on. So back to the video. So to start off, I want to talk about the books that I got for Christmas. So I got 2 books from my Shirley Jackson collection because I'm trying to collect all of her published works and all of the adjacent works that have been published. So I got 2 books for that collection. I got Come Along With Me, which is a collection of classic short stories and an unfinished novel, which was the novel that she was writing when she died. This is definitely going to have some overlap with the Lottery short story collection that I already own, but that's okay because this also has the unfinished novel, which the other collection doesn't have. And I really did want to collect all of the Penguin Classic editions of her works, and I think this was the last one that I don't own. So now I have all of the Penguin Classics of Shirley Jackson, which I'm very excited about. I also got Just an Ordinary Day by Shirley Jackson. So this is a collection of previously unpublished and uncollected stories. So this definitely won't have any overlap with my other books, which is very exciting. I really like this cover. It matches with another Shirley Jackson in the same kind of edition that I have. So now I pretty much have all of the Shirley Jackson works and adjacent works. And unless anything comes out in the next couple of years, I really won't be getting any more Shirley Jackson. I just have to now read all of the ones that I currently own. Speaking of collections, I got a couple of books for my Shakespeare collection. So I collect the Pelican Shakespeare editions of all of his plays, and I have quite a few, but I got a few more that I didn't already have. So I got The Merry Wives of Windsor, As You Like It, and the narrative poems, which I really like this cover. The cover for narrative poems is so pretty. But I really love these editions because they're very clear and easy to read. They have great footnotes, and the fact that they're aesthetically pleasing makes it more fun and more interesting to read Shakespeare and sort of enhances the experience. So I love these editions, and I'm getting very close to completing the collection, which is also very exciting. So that was a really nice Christmas gift. All right, and the last book that I got for Christmas was The Missing Piece by Shel Silverstein. I have 2 of his poetry collections. I have The Giving Tree and I have The Missing Piece now. This is a book by Silverstein that I think people really don't know about, and it's unfortunate because it's probably my favorite of his books. It's very simplistic. It's obviously a children's book, but it's so cute and sweet, and the story is so uplifting, and even though it's very simplistic, I definitely wanted to own it for my own purposes and for future children. I just definitely wanted to have a copy of this. So I'm very excited to now own this because it's been one of my favorite children's books forever. So I'm just glad to have my own physical copy of this. All right, moving right along, I have a collection of 3 graphic novels. I'm going to be getting the 4th one very soon because I pre-ordered it. And if you watched my December vlogs, you already know that I bought these, but I got the Heartstopper series by Alice Oseman. So this is what volume 1 looks like. So I got volume 1, volume 2, and volume 3. And I have pre-ordered volume 4, which will be coming out in a couple of days, like January 4th, I think. So that's very exciting. I binge read all of these in like 2 hours at the library. I had library copies and I was obsessed with them. So when I went book shopping recently, I picked all of these up at, well, I got this one at a used bookstore and these at a different independent bookstore. So I was very excited to find all of these at local bookshops. They were in good condition, which worked out really well, and I'm obsessed with them. So I'm very happy to own my own copies. So moving right along, we have 2 more books for a different collection. I've got a lot of books for collections this Christmas, but anyway, I have books for my Wings of Fire hardcover collection. The first of which is this copy of Talons of Power, which is book 9. I got this at a used bookstore. It was in really good condition, so I ended up picking it up because
My boyfriend and I are trying to collect the whole Wings of Fire series in paperback and in hardcover, and the hardcovers are really hard to find in person unless they are like new ones that are just coming out. So you usually have to order these online, but I was really excited to find one at a used bookstore so that I could support a local independent bookstore and get a copy of one of my favorite books. And then another hardcover copy that I just acquired is Darkstalker, again by T. Sutherland, the Wings of Fire series. This is one of the Legends books, and actually I got this as a gift for my boyfriend for Christmas, but he gave it to me to hold on to because I have all of the other hardcover copies, so I'm sort of just babysitting them for now. So this isn't like my book, but I'm holding on to it, so I'm still including it in the book haul. And it's part of the Wings of Fire collection that we are amassing, so very exciting. It'll be a lot easier to keep straight all of our Wings of Fire books once we live together and they're all in the same space, but for now, it is what it is. All right, the next book is, again, a book that I am just basically babysitting for right now. This is The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. So this is Sean's book. Like, this is straight up not even a shared book. This is just Sean's book. But I'm including it because he desperately wants me to read this because he just finished it and wants to talk to me about it. But it is a thick boy. I mean, y'all know that I don't read big books. I am terrified of the chunkiness of this book. I am not looking forward to that. I am looking forward to the story and getting to talk to him about it, but this is just a huge book and it terrifies me. So I'm putting it on the haul because I now have possession of it for a little while and will try to read it as soon as I can. I will do my best. I'm not promising anyone, but I'll do my best. But this book has been everywhere with us. We got it in Florida when we were on vacation, and he took it home with him to Kansas, and now it's back in New York. So it is the traveling book. So that is The Priory of the Orange Tree. Okay, this stack that I have here is more random. These aren't for a collection or any particular purpose. They're just books that I got recently and I'm excited about. So the first one is The Exhibition of Persephone Q by Jessie Jezueska Stevens. I know that's probably not the correct pronunciation, but anyway, I love this cover. It's so pretty. This is about a woman who's pregnant and she hasn't told anyone, but she gets this catalog in the mail, which is all photos of her posing, which she doesn't remember modeling for, which is such a weird and interesting concept. I believe I heard about this from Ariel Bissett when I was listening to an episode of Books and Bao. This is a book that she was excited to read. The premise just sounded super weird and interesting and kind of unsettling, so I'm really here for those vibes, but very excited about this one and hoping I can read it pretty soon. Next up is a short story collection called We Want What We Want by Alex Olin. This was a brand new book when I got it. It just came out. It's hard to even tell you what it's about because with short story collections, the inside flaps are like so vague. But it sounded interesting when I picked it up, and I liked the deckled edges. I liked the yellow cover. Cover is really beautiful, and I find with short story collections the best way to pick them out, honestly, is to buy them by their covers, which sounds so shallow, and I'm sorry, but honestly, unless you know about the author or have heard more detailed description of the short story collection online or something, it's really hard to look at a short story collection and know by the description if it's something that you'll enjoy. So a lot of times, if I've never heard of a book before and I want to purchase it, it really just is based on the cover for short stories. And I really hope I like this because I do really, really like the cover of this book. So yeah, I buy a lot of short story collections. They're one of my favorite types of books to read. So very excited. All right, next up we have a Chargo Press book, which I'm very excited about, and it is A Perfect Cemetery by Federico Falco. This was translated from the Spanish by Jennifer Croft, and this is actually a short story collection, which I don't own any Chargo Press short story collections, so this was very exciting. And as I just mentioned, I love a short story collection. This is also set in Argentina, and I've been loving Argentine literature lately, so I'm very excited to read this, and the cover is also so beautiful. I love how minimalistic and simple the designs of Charco Press covers are, but they just draw you in, even though they're so simple. But yeah, I love this cover, so very excited to read this. The last short story collection in this haul is Belly Up by Rita Bullwinkle. I think. Oh my goodness, look how incredible that cover is. I'm obsessed. I saw the spine on a shelf at a local bookstore and I was like, what's that? So I picked it up. It sounded pretty interesting. So the description says, Belly Up is a story collection that contains ghosts, mediums, a lover obsessed with the sounds of harp tuning, teenage girls who believe they are actually plants, etc. So this description kind of sounds like the stories are grotesque and weird, and the vibe kind of reminds me of Things We Lost in the Fire as well as Where the Wild Ladies Are, which are two recent short story collections I've read and really enjoyed. So I hope I love this one as much as I think I will, but I'm very, very excited about this one. Probably gonna read this pretty soon and enjoying the cover as well. All right, second to last book is Reason She Goes to the Woods by Deborah K. Davies. So I saw this recommended by, I forget who, someone on Instagram, but I was just really intrigued by the cover and I read the description. I was like, wow, that sounds amazing. So this is about a woman named Pearl and it talks about her reasons for escaping into the woods, and it's told through a series of vignettes about her childhood, from what I can tell. And what's interesting too is that like every single page has one page of text and one page that's just like a word or a title. So this seems like a chunky book, but it's really only half of this, which means it's pretty short, which I am here for. So it seems like this one is pretty weird and kind of unsettling and creepy, and it just sounded like something I would totally vibe with. The final book in this haul is Rest and Be Thankful by Emma Glass. I found this book when I was looking on Goodreads in one of those like, if you liked this book, read this book kind of lists. So I don't even remember what book I was looking at, but I found this in a similar books list, and it just sounded like a story of an unhinged woman, which I love. That's one of my favorite subgenres of literature ever. I read so many books in that genre, so it sounded right up my alley. So the story is about Laura, who is a nurse on a pediatric unit, and it's about all of the things that she thinks about while she's on her long shifts in the pediatric unit. It sounds like it's just a book full of musings, and it's very stream of consciousness, which I'm definitely here for. So I'm very much looking forward to giving this one a read. I think it'll be weird and creepy and great. So those are all the books I have to share with you today. I am very excited about all of them for various reasons, but if you got any books for the holiday season, please let me know what you got. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.